I think it's another top one with the ego problem would be injuries. I've seen a lot people quitting because of injuries, and it's not even serious injuries. It's like a sprained finger, sprained ankle, sprained knee, or stiff neck, or sore neck. I've seen a lot of people quit over these minor injuries that is unnecessary. I went through myself a lot of injuries and I kept training. Okay. I always advise my students that, okay, you're injured, how serious is it? If it's a broken bone, then yeah, take 8 weeks off. That's, of course. But if it's a sprain, which most times it is a sprain, you can tape it up, you can get a brace, you can get things to help you continue training. The key is you gotta stay consistent. So if somebody comes to me and say, oh, coach, I sprained my knee. Okay, you don't need to row, but just participate in class and just do the drills. You don't need to spar. Same with, if you broke your finger, tape it up. I broke my finger, just tape it. You can still train. You don't need to row. I keep telling people, the point of jiu-jitsu is staying consistent, but you don't have to row. I don't know why people think that they have to row to train. No, you can just do class, drill with everybody, and you're not going to get hurt. You have to stay consistent. Okay? Here's my last point on that. Number one reason why people quit is taking time off for an injury. I'd say 50% of the time they don't come back because they lose interest, or they go, I don't want to get hurt again, or whatever, blah, 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 blah. I can't come back. Most of the time, this is a sprain. It's a minor injury. I myself, I had broken wrists, broken fingers, I had back surgery, I tore my knee several times. I kept training. Okay. I've had students with broken ribs, kept training. Broken fingers, kept training. A sprain, you should never quit. And I have a really good prop to show you that if you have a sprain, this is how you take care of a sprain. Okay. You have a knee brace. You have sleeves, knee brace. This one here has hinges. I used this over 2 years when I tore my knee. Okay, I trained with this knee brace and it broke. I fixed it. I MacGyvered it with some string. Continued training. I even competed with my torn knee. Brace. Another knee brace. This is another knee brace I had with hinges. Okay, torn knee. This one here was for my wrist, so I had a wrist brace. This one I had cauliflower ear. Wore this, a wrestling ear guard. Okay. This one here is an elbow brace. Shin pad, when my shins got all torn up, wore that. And a lot of tape for my fingers. Always have finger tape. I have a sprain finger. Oh, I found my other sock. Knee brace. Another knee brace. And more tape. Tape. Even for my toes too. I've had torn finger toenails ripped off. Put tape. And sprained toes. Tape it together. Tape. There. This is not only for stripes and promotions. This is so you can keep training. So over the years, I've always found a way to continue training. I might not have continued rolling when I'm injured, but I will put on a brace or tape and I'll keep training. I'll keep teaching, I'll keep drilling, and I'll keep pushing myself so I don't lose my technique and my timing. That's the key with jiu-jitsu. You have to stay consistent. Things that I would say to not continue is if you get a concussion, stop training for a week or two. You might want to see a doctor. If you get choked out in class or you're sleeping, don't train for that day, because if you get choked out again, that could be harmful for your brain, because your brain needs blood. Okay, so I wouldn't advise you to keep training once you get put to sleep. Take a break. Other things that I would advise people not to train is if you have diarrhea. This is something that I'm serious, because it all happens. We get the stomach flu or we eat something funky, we're sick. Do not train if you have diarrhea. I've seen people try. There's been accidents on the mat, which was disgusting. And for me, if I have diarrhea, I will not roll. Okay, I will take some Imodium, some medicine, and I'll drill or I'll teach, but I will not roll. Okay, so don't risk rolling if you have diarrhea. Another reason to not train is if you have ringworm, or you have any kind of skin funky rash like herpes on your face or staph. Okay, don't train. I've seen people try, sent them home. Okay, I had one student come with ringworm and it was all on her neck and it was bleeding. And she wanted to train. I said, no, you can't. You need to go home, because that shit's contagious. It could spread to her partner, it could spread to the whole school, and if that bacteria goes on the mat, the mats are screwed. You're gonna have to clean and deep clean that stuff. Okay, so those are a few exceptions that I would say don't train, especially if you have something contagious. If you have hepatitis or you have tuberculosis, don't be coughing and getting other people sick. Some of it's common sense, but bruh, I gotta tell you, go home. I've had to do that. Okay. I don't like sending people home, but for the safety and the well-being of everybody else, that's the primary job of the instructor, is to keep everybody safe. Okay. Going back to dealing with injuries, that's one of the top reasons why people quit. And I don't think people should quit over a sprained ankle or sore neck. Personally, I think that's kind of wimpy-ish, because jiu-jitsu is a tough sport. It's grappling and people trying to choke each other. You have to learn combat. You know, we're not here playing patty cake. Okay? This is not something where you're gonna tippy-toe around each other and help each other do the move like Aikido. Okay? Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, you have to expect resistance and people fighting to try to choke you. So with that in mind, you should toughen up. You as an individual should learn that if you get attacked in the street, your attacker doesn't care whether you complain or whether you cry or whether you tap, because the attacker in the street either wants your money or they want to rape you. So what are you going to do? Are you going to call the police? Police is going to take half an hour to find you. By then you're going to be halfway dead. So if you don't learn how to fight in class and deal with pressure and submissions and people crushing you, then how do you think you're going to deal with some guy who's trying to kill you in the street? Yeah, it happens. I've seen it happen. People don't know how to deal with it because they don't train. They become a victim, they end up in the hospital, and sometimes they die because they don't fight back. It's really up to you whether you want to stay home and feel safer in your house, not go out, or start jiu-jitsu, learn how to get tough, learn how to defend yourself, learn how to fight for your life. You're responsible for yourself, not me. And the police ain't gonna save you. Okay? Everybody who's out there, it's too late. somebody attack you, you cannot scream for help. They're gonna either take you down, beat the shit out of you, take your money, or rape you. You decide. You want to be a victim or you want to survive. Brazilian Jiu Jitsu has saved my life in the street, and it has saved my students when they got attacked in the street. And you can look it up. Gracie Jiu Jitsu is a proven art that saved many, many, many lives. So find a good school near you and start training. Thank you.